Okay, Lovey, what are we doing today?
What if you're too hard on yourself?
Well, that's actually a problem I think a lot of people have because
I do.
I think people judge themselves against kind of this imaginary version of themselves that you can't really
Yes.
you can't ever get to. And even by the time you start progressing towards that imaginary version of yourself, that version of your imaginary self now changes because you become a different person. And so you're always pushing this version of your imaginary self off to the future that you're never going to be able to catch. And because you can never obtain this imaginary version of yourself, you look at yourself and you say, how come you're a failure, or you're not good enough, or you don't try hard enough, or all the various things we tell ourselves, when we're not feeling good about ourselves, when the only reason we're not feeling good about ourselves is because we've set ourselves up to this imaginary version of ourselves that very few people can obtain. I mean, even the most successful people in the world are often unhappy because they haven't obtained that imaginary version of themselves. Those people who are happy are those who contain themselves in a sense of realism, they're happy with who they are now. They look at the path they've come through and they say I'm progressing, I'm working, I'm progressing to becoming a better me, and that is what makes you happy. And so it's a mindset switch. It's not about not being happy with yourself. It's about reconfiguring the person that you're looking at. Instead of looking at where you want to go, look at where you've come from.
I see.
And yeah, of course you want to become a better person, because you always want to become a better person. So you can't judge yourself by that. What you judge yourself by is where you've come from. I was this broken human being, and I have built myself up to a less broken human being. That's an amazing feat. Some of us have been through all kinds of horrors in their lives, and yet we get up every day and we go to work and we pay their bills, and they come home and they cry and they wonder, how come I'm struggling? How come I'm not good enough? But they don't take the minute to see how the hell far they've come. It's a freaking miracle that you can get out of bed. And that's a tremendous amount of strength. We look at ourselves and we see how weak we are, but we don't see how strong we are. Sometimes just being able to stand up is a magnificent feat. And I think we should honor those efforts. Because one of the things I've learned about getting through anxiety disorder is you don't get through it. You become stronger against it. You become more balanced, more prepared. So when those waves come crashing down on you, they no longer knock you over, but they still come crashing down on you. But then they're no longer scary. They still happen, but you're going to get through them. And the fact that you've gotten through them so often, and you can still count yourself as going, am I good enough? Am I being too hard on myself? The answer is yes, you are, because you are a magnificent, glorious human being who has conquered all kinds of hurdles and mountains in your life. And we love you, and that is your daily dose of love.